Good evening. Members of City Council, item number 1, the Intermunicipal Planning Consultation Committee, 2007 Annual Report, Smart Choices for the Windsor-Essex Region. Leanne Doyle, Acting Executive Director of Building, Jamie Anchula, Manager, Urban Design and Community Development, Tom Hunt, Acting City Planners are here to address the item. Councilor Lorenzo, can you take the chair, please?
Good evening, Ms. Doyle and Mr. Hunt. Please continue.
Thank you, Your Acting Worship and Council members. First of all, to introduce ourselves, Tom Hunt, a colleague of mine who is the Acting City Planner and also Manager of Planning Policy. Myself, Leanne Doyle, is Acting Executive Director of Building Development and Manager of Development. One of our colleagues is missing this evening that hoped to join us. That's Jamie Anchula from the Planning Department, who's also part of this committee. Jim as the Manager of Urban Design and Community Development. We are required, as first of all, a little bit of history. The Intermunicipal Planning Consultation Committee is formed of planning professionals across the region, representing the County of Essex, the 7 local municipalities, and of course, the City of Windsor. Basically, this committee was formed back in 2002 at the time that the city official plan and the county official plan were being formatted. And at that time, we would be remiss without mentioning the name of Bob Hayes, who at the time was a city planner. And Bob was very instrumental in moving this initiative forward. And what we wanted to do was to have a tool and opportunity where a committee of senior planning officials could get together and discuss areas of mutual interest. Those areas being intermunicipal planning, transportation, and infrastructure issues. Basically, what can we do as planners to improve the quality of life in our region? And as we go through, if you take a look at the report that's given to you this evening, we have color copies. We also will be putting this on our website, city website. The contents of the report are very user-friendly. We've tried to really emphasize the importance of some 5 key topic areas. First of all, we wanted to explain that this particular group, the Intermunicipal Planning Consultation Committee, is going to be around for a long time. These reports will be coming forward on an annual basis. We also wanted to make you aware of some initiatives, some accomplishments, some opportunities that we have in the region, identifying some of the trends in the region, as well as mentioned, those challenges and opportunities. And finally, in the report, we do make reference to a number of planning studies that have been conducted by the 7 local municipalities and the city and the county. And you'll find a number of those studies indexed at the back of your report. One particular area that we're quite excited about is the fact that we did introduce back in 2006, in 2006 we were talking about a proclamation, a statement of principles that our group felt was important to guide future planning in the region, to stimulate informed public debate, and to build a coalition of like-minded professionals in our community to improve the quality of life in our region. And that is listed in Appendix 1 of this report. And this is called the Healthy Places, Healthy People, Smart Choices for the Windsor-Essex region of Ontario. It was prepared by the Intermunicipal Planning Consultation Committee, this group of planners who are working across boundaries to facilitate a commitment to these principles in the advice, in the options, in the day-to-day planning decisions and recommendations that are being made. We were quite excited to know that when we met with the health unit, they embraced these principles. They have also, it has been embraced by the Cancer Prevention Network of Erie and St. Clair region. It's been endorsed by other agencies who are looking to find ways to improve the quality of life in our region, to prevent chronic disease in our region. Now, at this point, I'd like to turn it over to my colleague, Tom Hunt, who's now going to speak to you about the trends of the region.
Well, thank you, Leanne, and members of council. I guess our first comment is basically we're going to talk about the trends that we have experienced over the last 10 years and what we can expect over the next period of time. In terms of population, we've had strong population growth in our area, probably about 45,000 people between the last 10 years being 1996 and 2006 when we took our census. The situation now, though, is that the growth period has come to a bit of an end, and over the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to see a much slower rate of growth in terms of our population. So population really is the driver in terms of some of our trends. So housing starts accordingly will probably fall. We were at a point where we were at probably 2,600, 2,500 homes being new housing starts annually in the region, and that is being dropped to about 400 to 500 units for total of our region in the coming years. So a significant drop that correlates obviously with the population drop as well. So it's not really a drop as much as it's a decline from the strong population growth we saw before. The other implication is that we're all getting older, and our population in this area is aging. About 10 years ago, it was about 1 in 5 persons would have been at the senior level, and we expect by the year 2026 that it would be 1 in 3 persons in our region. So that's a telling sign that not only our population's not as strong in terms of their growth, but they're also going to get older. And this will have far-reaching impacts on a number of our services, such as housing, healthcare, transportation, recreation, and cultural services. So the other issue that we kind of uncovered in our discovery was that most experts agree that place matters. And what we mean by that is where we live and where we work and play and how we design our community. Essentially the quality of life, the quality of air in our soil and our water greatly affects the health and well-being of our residents. And Leanne mentioned earlier that we came up with a statement of principles. It's really a constitution. It's 20 statements about what it is that the Intermunicipal Planning Consultation Committee stands for. And it's something that all the professionals that were on the committee, as well as other professionals in the region and other sectors like public health and healthcare and education, public administration and policymakers, certainly support those 20 principles, which is really the Constitution that drives the committee. So we've signed that statement of principles to demonstrate our commitment and to promote healthy, active lifestyles for our region, taking into consideration the trends that I just spoke about. So Leanne did mention also that we have challenges, and with our challenges we have opportunities to change things. Most people will know that the situation that we're faced with right now is a restructuring of our economy, and what we're experiencing today is not just a cyclical downturn, but it's more of a structural change that needs to take place. And that's our solution, or our situation. There is a solution to that, and the new regional economy will require that communities will have a broad range of those quality of life indicators that we spoke of. So things like education facilities, recreation and cultural amenities, safe, livable, walkable neighborhoods, and those types of things will attract and retain a highly educated, skilled, and mobile workforce, something that a regional economy and a restructured economy will definitely need to speak to.